suspended. I've been suspended like 3 times. And one afternoon I'm sitting in some class and it comes over the PA speaker. They say, Mrs. Nelson, could you send Todd Snider down to the principal's office? And everybody else in the class went, ooh. And I thought, what have I done this time? But I went down there, and I went in and they said, you're a junior in high school now. We want to help you plan your future, and we want to introduce you to your guidance counselor. So I went into my guidance counselor, and she said, what would you like to do with your life? And I said that I would like to be in a rock and roll band. And she said, no, seriously. And I said, no, I'm being serious. I don't know how to play the guitar or anything yet, but I try to make up words, and the words rhyme. And she said, well, maybe you could work for Hallmark or something like that. And I said, no, I was thinking it'd be fun to be in a traveling band, like John Fogerty. And they called my mom. They called my mom and they said, you need to get down here right away. And my mom came down right away and they explained the situation to her. And she got me in the car and she drove me home. And she said, Todd, I'm going to tell you something that I don't want you to repeat to your father. But back in the mid-60s, I used to date the drummer for a band called Paul Revere and the Raiders. And God, I'll tell you what, he looked so handsome when he would play those drums. But in the daylight, in the daylight, it don't look so good. She said, I'll tell you what, those guys, man, they're always in some kind of van. The air conditioner doesn't work. They pull into some club. They stay in the worst hotel. They go in and they sound check and they play some joint. They hope that people will come out and see them play. And God willing, if those people come out and see them play, they will cheer at the end of the song. And then they will hustle back into some little box of a room where all they really get is free liquor. And then they get back into that car and the tape deck don't work and the air conditioner don't work. And they start heading off to some other town. And what do they do all this for? They do all this to provide for their loved ones. The loved ones that they never see. And sometimes, brothers and sisters, when I'm on the road that some of you very people in this venue tonight help pay for me. Sometimes I'll be pulling into some town like, say, Oxford or some shit. Where all the kids are going to college, and they're going to college because their dad did something, and you're trying to play for them, and they don't hardly ever clap between the songs. Sometimes they yell up at you. They say, how much do you cost? And sometimes they'll say, do this. They'll say, do that. Some pretty girl will say, play brown-eyed girl. And then you'll go back into this room, and they won't have anything for you. They'll put you in a closet. They'll maybe have a couple of beers for you. Every once in a while, I'll do that. It's still pretty fun, you know. Then you get back out, you get into the car. The tape deck don't work. The air conditioner don't work. Every once in a while, I'm telling you, just in between some towns, every once in a while, I will think to myself, Mama, you might have been right. But then, there's other times. There's other nights. Nights like this night in particular. Where you get to play someplace where you watched a million shows as a young man. Not only do you get to play the place, but there's people here. And they're making you feel good about the music that you play. And back there, they're treating us like I I can't even begin to tell you how they treat us. They got towels for us. They got food for us. They got liquor for us. They're treating us like we did something. And everybody out here is dancing and singing along. And every once in a while, you'll be in the middle of some show. I'll be in the middle of some show. And I want to scream out as loud as I can. All the way back to Oregon, I want to say, look at